Welcome to Everyday Life. Thank you for joining our podcast, Conversations Over Coffee. My name is Jen.
And I'm Dagda.
And we're going to hit you with the explicit content warning right off the bat. This podcast does include adult situations and adult language from time to time.
I'm an angel. I never fucking cuss.
Okay. Anyways, you ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go. We're talking about music some more because we never get the time to finish some of the conversations. So where we last left off, we were talking about Guar.
Guar, yep.
Okay, so you said you had two campies and one serious. So Guar was your first kind of jokey, campy thing,
yeah.
But, we kind of agreed that all in all, they really do qualify because of what they represent. So,
yeah.
Next.
The second campy one is Insane Clown Posse.
I see.
Yeah.
Are you a juggalo at heart?
I mean, I guess maybe. I'm not that fucking much of a fan.
Right.
But I did really enjoy them also for similar reasons. They're fucking, they're by no means the best rap group out there.
No.
Let's just fucking face it.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed their whole Dark Carnival and their whole fucking, not necessarily their aesthetic. I'm not a super into clowns per se.
Yeah, I don't like clowns. Not a fan. And that was even before, they discovered who John Wayne Gacy was. Not a fan of clowns.
I mean, I don't care either way. It's just one of those things. But yeah, I've enjoyed many of their songs.
Yeah.
Especially at that time and the age I was, it was fucking very, very par for the course for me, I guess. Especially considering I love the war too. So
yeah, I mean, I still would take you more of a Cypress Hill fan than.
Oh, I like Cypress Hill. Yeah,
because they're the one who sings "Insane in the Membrane," right?
Yeah.
That might be the only Cypress Hill song I know. And what's funny was, because we've kind of talked about this before. I grew up really without cable television, and it was the induction of MTV. I think it was 83, 84, where you really got to see these bands more, unless you were spending time at the record store. You didn't get to see much of these bands unless you exchanged music with your friends or whatever. Which I remember it was the first time I saw Prince. Ooh, he was one about the prettiest boys ever. Prince was so pretty.
Yep.
And I didn't think he was a boy. and it's not because he's not masculine enough. That's not it. It's because him and Bowie were both very androgynous.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say who, God rest his soul, convinced me that Bowie was actually a girl. God rest his soul. But I mean, I was young. I was really young. I didn't know any different. I just thought, wow, she's got a really deep voice there.
Yeah.
Okay. So ICP, Cypress Hill, I definitely, but okay.
Yeah.
And then what's your other serious one?
I mean, obviously Cypress Hill is much more popular than Clown Posse.
But if you're looking at the dynamics of being kind of in that minority of minorities and entertaining and all of that, I mean, ICP definitely is probably the couple of videos I think was them. I don't like clowns, so it's just not my thing. And let me clarify, before I understood who John Wayne Gacy was, I did not like clowns.
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald scared the shit out of me because I didn't seriously, I didn't understand what the fuck was wrong with this dude. Does his hamburgers make his mouth bleed? Because it's not like he just, Ronald McDonald, when you go way, way, way back to the advertising and you see how big his red clown was, it literally looked, because he's like, And it's all of a sudden, he's got this big smile, and it looks like he's so red. He looks like he's got blood around his mouth. And I remember being really, really little thinking, what do they put in the hamburger that makes his face bleed? Yeah. So anyways, that should have been my clarification. I didn't understand who John Wayne Gacy was until I was much, much older.
Yeah.
And now I'm addicted to serial killer documentary shit because I want to see that motherfucker coming.
Praising people.
Yeah, I do. My partner will tell you he's kind of worried. And so I did tell a joke. Oh, it's probably been a week or so, maybe a little longer, I don't know. But I remember he was just like, oh my God, you and your serial killer documentaries. And I very nonchalantly walking from the living room to the kitchen to do something with dinner or whatever we were doing. And I was just like, well, how else am I going to keep on my front to blend in? He paused. And you know him where he's like a thinker about stuff. And he was just like, wait a minute, what? And I was just like, I'm just saying, it helps me blend in better. He was just like, you're joking, right? And I was like, maybe.
Excuse me?
Right. Excuse me. So I
Like, here's another thing about ICP. You should fucking love them because they're wrestlers. They into wrestling. They had a whole fucking thing. They actually were tag team champions at some point.
But here's the thing. There's wrestling, like big old American Dream Dusty Rhodes. Oh, and then there's wrestling, like the ICP, the clowns. They're entertainers. At the end of it all, they're entertainers, and I will give them that. They're very good entertainers. And they have, I mean, I'm sure there's a fucking juggalo if they were like standing outside the door right now or outside the office window. They'd be like, oh, I'm going to get you for the ICP. I dated somebody who was deeply, deeply well loved ICP. Mm-hmm. The only request I had was they either wear earphones around me or just don't play it in the house. And there's nothing wrong. They're entertainers.
Yeah.
And I get that. Just like Elvis was an entertainer. I mean, you know, Elvis 57 is totally different than Elvis 77.
I love ICP, and I will never
die on that.
I'll never say that fucking they're better entertainers than Elvis or better performers than Elvis is.
Oh, no, I'm not saying they're better or worse. I'm saying entertainers are entertainers. Yeah. I compared Elvis to Elvis, not Elvis to ICP. Elvis 1957, completely different than Elvis 1977. But at the end of it all, he entertained the way he knew that would draw the crowds.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I'm all shook up.
Well, at least it wasn't Blue Suede Shoes.
And that song was literally about a shaken up bottle of Coke. But anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
The dude who wrote a lot of Elvis's music, I can't remember his name. I just remember it was this black dude who was like famous, super famous in the music industry for making all kinds of songs. And one day he was having a discussion with one of his co-workers.
Yeah.
And the dude was asking him, like, how do you make songs? And he's like, I don't know. I just fucking, you can make a song about anything. And the guy's like, prove it. And one of the guys, they had a Coke machine.
Uh-huh.
And of course, it was only bottled Coke at the time. They got a soda out, and it was all shaken up because it fell.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, make a song about that. And that's what that fucking song was.
Nice. I mean, that's some fucking ingenuity right there.
Yeah.
But whoever that is would translate to the Charlie Puth of our times. Because Charlie Puth is the same way. He was just like trying to think of ways to make up a song, and he heard the clicking of a light switch, and he was just like, I wonder if, and he incorporated it into a very catchy song called Light Switch. You turn me on like a light switch when your body's moving round and round. So I get that.
Yeah. And actually, that actually makes me think of my third person.
Yes.
Specifically because he's that good at making songs.
Uh-huh.
That he could literally make a song about anything. As Eminem.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. But Eminem, yeah. Okay, you can have Eminem because he is the rap god.
Yeah.
Of all rap gods. I mean, him, Rick Ross, well, he's dead. But I'm still going to say it, Tupac, man. If those three could have gotten together into a room, like, they would have we wouldn't have some of the shenanigans, shall we say, in the rap music side of it, because they would have all just annihilated them and shut them down.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Eminem will do that anyways.
Yeah.
Who just celebrated, I think it was this week or last week, just celebrated like 17 years of sobriety.
Mm.
He's a grandpa now, or about to be a grandpa.
Yeah.
I mean, you start, and it's so funny because it's like, I still look at you and I see the difference. I do see the difference how we look, when we met to now. obviously I have the photo somewhere from our licensing.
Yeah.
So I can see that difference when I look at it, but I'm like, at the core of it, it's not as much difference as a lot of other people in our generation.
Yeah.
And but I'll give you Eminem because he probably is. I think Eminem really opened up a pathway for some people who I don't want to put the racial thing out there, but I do remember very much in high school that I liked different rappers,
Mm-hmm.
and I was told because I am white that I can't like rap and I can't appreciate it. Okay, granted, I don't like gangster rap. I mean, okay, Gangster's Paradise, yes. Colors, yes. There's another Body Count song I really like too, or maybe it is Body Count that does it. The Ice-T group.
Yeah.
Body Count does it.
Body Count isn't rap.
Well, I guess they're more rock. But Ice-T, because of the way he does the way he stylizes his lyrics, people automatically assume. NWA. Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate some of the things when they're saying you don't understand. And I'm just like, oh, well, I've actually been in that situation. I understand this, that, and the other. Do I understand having to thug on the street? 100% nope. Yeah. I don't understand. Now, did I? Oh, I know my mommy's going to hear this, so I have a hard time saying some of these things, but that's kind of the brutality of it all, is being honest. Did I, at one point, sell things I probably shouldn't have sold to make some money? Yes, 100%. Was I a gangster? No. Well, so there are things I can't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't lived that life. That's not my life. But despite popular belief, just because you're white, you don't grow white, not white, white. Because, we're all accused of being whiny bitches, right?
Yeah.
But just because I'm Caucasian doesn't mean I haven't gone through difficult things in my life. Is it the same? No, absolutely not. So, but I did not like in high school being told that I couldn't listen to that because, I mean, you mentioned Rapper's Delight. I used to know the entirety of that song.
Yeah.
Now I probably would feel confident saying I can remember 50 to 75% of it. And the interesting thing about it is I can actually sing it faster than the original group can.
Okay.
Just simply by mathematics, because it was the only way when I was in high school, if people were listening to it or whatever, it was the only way I could enjoy it, because they're like, oh, no, girl, you can't listen to this. So, but Eminem opened up that pathway where it was very much more acceptable, because first of all, he wasn't Vanilla Ice.
The messed up thing is that Vanilla Ice basically wanted to do what Eminem did.
That is correct.
And they made him be, vanilla.
I mean, it's not even that he was vanilla. I mean, although Jim Carrey did a great...
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Never heard of a TV show called In Living Color. Go look up In Living Color, Jim Carrey, Vanilla Ice parody. It is super freaking fantastic. It's probably one of the best parodies I've seen.
Yeah.
But so Eminem really opened it, really opened it up to where it was literally, he just put out that whole thing fuck it. We're all kind of poor in our own way. We're all this, we're all that. Who are you to tell me I can't be creative and enjoy and celebrate? I mean, I don't know. It became more acceptable. But what was funny to me was if I listened to hip hop or rap or whatever, I got shit. If I listened to rock music, I got shit. If I listened to Korn, what they call,
new metal.
New metal. It's like if I listen to anything, it was just, you get these stupid fucking presumptions.
Listen to country.
Good roads take me home. But, well, I mean, and I love John Denver. I love Eddie Rabbitt. I just had a conversation with my mom about listening to that when I was a kid. I have great memories of trips and stuff, taking them with my mom. And we had one trip where we took to the other side of the state, and I got to sit in the front seat. My sisters were sitting in the back, and I can actually remember my mom playing Eddie Rabbitt and John Denver and just having a good time enjoying the ride with my mom. It's just, for me, it was like they didn't exist. Those siblings, they didn't exist. They were in the back seat, whatever. It was mom and the dog and me up front. And it was so funny because as we're like 3/4 of the way we're going, Eddie Rabbitt's I Love a Rainy Night comes on, and it started to rain. As we're headed to the desert.
I like
So,
that song.
thank you.
Yeah.
It is such a good one. Me personally, I love that song. But anyways,
I always considered that song to be like soft rock or something.
I did too. I think it was labeled soft rock or pop because it came out a 78, 82 range.
Okay.
Like, what's really hard for me is it's like I know how old I was when I remember hearing it very distinctly.
Yeah.
But when it came out, I don't fucking know. It could have come out in 1921 for all I know. Doesn't matter. I liked it. I like John. I love everything. But Eminem is a really good choice. Circling back to that, just because it really kind of broke those stereotypes.
Yeah. I mean, there were white rappers before him, but he was so fucking good that he made it kind of more acceptable, I guess. Because, like, obviously there was Vanilla Ice, there was House of Pain,
Right.
there was fucking
If you go way back,
Beastie Boys.
go way back into the 70s, and there was play that funky music, those guys. In fact, they did Roller Coaster Love. There was some of the parts where they had some rapping in it, and so people consider them. I don't know. I wouldn't consider it, but there are some people who would argue on that hill, going, "Yeah, but these white guys, they had a couple of rap lines in there," and it's just like having spoken word poetry essentially is not the same as rap. It's really not.
Have you ever heard? I'm sure you've heard of them, but you probably
Right Said Fred. Yes, of course I have.
no. Probably don't remember them. A band called Two New, and it's literally the number 2 and then letters N U. November Uniform.
And they're not the
Two
ones
New.
who sang like "I Can't Wait," is it?
I don't know. The only song of theirs that I know, and the whole reason I bought one of their albums, was Ponderous. It's not called Ponderous.
Okay.
And it's not really. It's just spoken. There's no real singing in the song.
Okay.
Actually, no. There are a couple of little.
Can you tell me some of the lyrics?
Yes. So it starts out. So I had a dream the other night. I went to work, and nobody remembered who I was. So I decided to take the day off. That's how it starts.
Like.
And the dude's just speaking. There's music playing in the background.
Yeah.
And then there's the chorus is something along the lines of, and there was this girl who could talk with her eyes, and she would say, "Can you see what I'm saying?" It's ponderous, man. Really ponderous.
It almost does sound familiar, but I'm not 100% on it, to be honest with you. I mean, I've listened to a lot of different music.
Yeah. And this came out when I was in middle school, and it was only on the radio for like maybe 6 months they played it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's actually only a single dude who does the whole thing. Kind of like Min, but.
Well, they're based in Seattle, Washington. 2 people were in the group.
Okay.
Jock Blaney and Michael Neely.
Neely?
Well, that's how I would say it. Nealy. Neely.
Yeah.
Not Mealy.
Neely.
Neely. I don't know. That just kind of, he's 100% a Gen Xer. Exactly proves my point. To, like, literally, no, I'm telling you, it proves my point from last episode. Like, for me, it is Gen Xers making music that helps form me because of when they came out. I mean, he's not that much older than me. I mean, he's enough older than me, but he's not that much older than me.
Is he actually older than you?
Oh, you motherfucker. Yes, he is.
I thought he was like 3 or 4 years younger than me.
Oh, Jesus, no. No. Now, no. You cocksucker. Oh, no, he's younger than me. I mean, he's older than me, bitch. He's older than me by a couple years. Okay? Right? Such a good-looking dude, too.
I know, right?
Not that this song I really, really loved, and it was from a movie I didn't even watch.
Okay.
This movie came out in like 86, and I never even watched it until 2024.
Was she in this movie?
She was not, but her ex-husband was.
Okay.
It was At Close Range with Sean Penn and Christopher Walken, a true story.
Okay.
It's like the true story of this, like it was this criminal family. Anyways, the song is called Live to Tell.
Okay.
Have you heard it? Do you remember it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that song.
So you got that song that, for me, is very, very much about, like, having to keep secrets.
Okay. Yeah.
You have to keep everything very quiet. You have to keep secrets, because if you don't keep the secrets, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. This, that, and the other. It's really like, it's a very heart-wrenching melody, like, for me, right? So that happened in 86. That one came out in 86. Now, we're forwarding a couple of years. You enjoy Like a Prayer, and off the same album is this song called Cherish.
I'm pretty sure I've heard it. I'm pretty sure I've heard almost all of their songs, because pretty much all of them have been played on the radio a bunch.
Yeah, I don't know. But Cherish was the exact opposite. I want to tell everybody about you. I want to celebrate this. I'm so happy, and so I just love how fun that song is. So you've got the one where it's like sad and scared, and then you get, so they're polar opposites. And I don't know. I think the only other one, like in recent memory of Madonna's that I've heard, is 4 Minutes to Save the World with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, I don't think that song's about like what I originally thought it was. I think it's about having a quickie. Honestly, I think, we only got 4 minutes to save the world. I mean, I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. There's so many good artists from like the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s that I would consider Gen X music, not only because Gen Xers sang it, but because as somebody who grew up as a Gen Xer, they influenced me in different ways, and it hit me in different ways.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, I don't know. Definitely Guns N' Roses definitely deserves an honorable mention, because, and so does Nirvana, like we've said before.
Yeah.
Me personally, I would say, Foo Fighters more than Nirvana for me. Okay. Kurt Cobain was a great artist. Okay. I'm not taking that away from him, but the whole Kurt Cobain, Courtney Love addiction trauma is just, for me, I understood what was going on because I have family members that struggled with addiction. To the same degree, no, probably not. Different drugs, harder drugs, definitely. But I don't know. Like, I understood, but it was like, I don't want to be around that. Nirvana, I mean, obviously Smells Like Teen Spirit, great song. Heart-Shaped Box, I love Heart-Shaped Box. So I mean, I think I have it on CD somewhere. I would be really sad if I actually had it on cassette somewhere. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure the divorce my ex-husband got all our VHS porn and all our cassette tapes. I'm not sure. I haven't gone out to the loft in the garage to check through stuff. I'll probably ask you to go out there and be like, hey, Dagda, can you grab that? I know what one of them looks like. It looks like a red Christmas box. So anyways, there's just so much good music from that era that brings me joy when I hear it. Like, sometimes something just randomly will come on the airwaves that I haven't heard for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, what?
Smashing Pumpkins.
Hey now, you're an all-star.
That's not Smashing Pumpkins.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wait, you're talking about Despite All My Rage, I'm Still Around in the Cage.
Yeah, that band.
Okay. Sorry.
Bullet with Butterfly Wings? Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah, and I did not ever hear that song, ever listen to that song. There used to be a documentary-style reality TV show on called Whale Wars, featuring a guy who used to run, like, the Greenpeace Conservator or whatever. I don't know. That guy's a freaky shit. But I loved watching, because to me, there's a difference between harvesting what's necessary and over-harvesting. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, that's just... But anyways, that was the theme song, is Butterfly with Bullet Wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. And then, of course, you've got Rage Against the Machine.
Bullet with Butterfly Wings.
Whatever.
You said Bullet with Butterfly Wings?
Listen.
Anyway.
As far as I knew, because it was the only song I really liked. I guess Today is the greatest day I've ever known.
Yeah. Siamese Dream. Yeah, I like that song. Yeah.
But the thing is like, I don't associate it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, to me, here's the thing. There are some bands that I'm sure are so much more successful than I realize. And people will go, oh, have you heard this? Have you heard that? I'm like, no, I know much more pop culture. I don't know the side Bs all the time.
Yeah.
And so...
the side Bs. Anyway.
The B-sides, whatever.
I understood what you were saying, but you're like... You were calling the Smashing Pumpkins a B-lister.
No, I'm not calling them a lister. I'm saying a lot of the music that people have referenced over the years is something you would find on like the B-side of a single. Anyways, but Rage Against the Machine, Tool,
Soundgarden.
I'm still good. For me, as far as grunge music goes, I'm literally going to say, for me, Foo Fighters is the epitome of grunge music. For me, I know that Pearl Jam and Soundgarden did it first, but you have to remember that Dave Grohl came from Nirvana.
Yeah.
And he was the drummer for Nirvana, and he did Nirvana. Dave Grohl is, I mean, fucking Christ. You got Dave Grohl, Charlie Puth, and who was the one we mentioned earlier that has that natural, the guy who wrote for Elvis. Whatever.
I can't remember his name. It's something Black, which is kind of fucked up, but his last name is
so Mr. Black, Dave Grohl, and Charlie Puth. I mean, those guys are just so unbelievably talented, especially Dave Grohl, because I don't know.
Eminem, yeah.
And,
as
definitely.
far as writing, yeah. I mean, he's just awesome.
Yeah, as far as writing and the artistic flair, yeah.
The ability to take literally anything and make a fucking
Yes, who's back?
Out of it. Yeah.
Back again. What was the one that we were listening to like all last year, and like our other friend couldn't stand it because we were like quoting the song? Was that Houdini? Is that what it was?
Oh yeah, it's probably Houdini. That song is so fucking good, especially all the throwbacks to the other stuff.
Right.
So fucking good. Eminem is awesome.
He really is. He so very much is. It even he's such an entertainer.
If I could only listen to one rapper ever again, it would be Eminem.
I might have to agree with you on that.
That's the easiest fucking answer ever.
I mean, I might have to agree with you on that because I know we got to wrap up here in a second. Although I like the beat I hear with like Kendrick Lamar. I love a lot of the beats, and I love some of the songs he's done, like with SZA, SCA. Her name's SZA.
Okay.
Like they did the song All Stars from Black Panther 2, and it's a fucking awesome song, right?
Okay.
It's
not that Hey Now You're an All-Star. It's not that song.
Nope.
That'd be interesting if they did that as a rap. I mean, Eminem could pull it off.
I could fucking pull it off. You're an all-star.
There was a dude when I was driving across the bridge all the time.
Uh-huh.
One of the toll booth dudes. Because I say, hey now, all the time. Like,
yeah.
And every fucking time I pull up and I'm like, hey now. He's like, you're an all-star.
He did that when I was in the car.
Yeah. That dude was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so it's kind of evolved from GenX music to just music in general, which is fantastic, which we literally have spent years talking about music. And we'll talk about it some more. But for now, I definitely think we've got, like the top 10 are out there, honestly, because you can't, that's the thing about GenX music. And that's about the thing about the music we grew up on. Because if you try to pigeonhole one thing, then you're going to have all these people going, what about Prince, the Purple Rain album? Like, oh, it's the epitome of, Ozzy and Crazy. Okay, Crazy Train is probably a very iconic an iconic song for most Gen Xers because it is, I agree with Too Slim Sherry that it is almost like a roll call when you hear that lead in.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you're like, yeah, let's get this motherfucker going.
One thing that I will say about that song, and there's other songs that are like this, but that song, I didn't realize how fucked up it was until I listened to Puddle's Pity Party. He's a clown who does covers.
Yeah.
Music.
And he's sad when he did it.
Yes. And it's like, this is kind of his rendition of that song.
Yeah.
Puts emphasis on what the song's about.
Yeah.
Whereas Ozzy's, it makes it sound way more fun.
Yeah.
kind of like the Bad Moon Rising song by Creedence.
Oh yeah.
If you fucking did you ever play
Halo? Yes.
Sons of the Fall or Lords of the Fallen?
No.
So that video game, when they did the trailer for it,
Okay.
they played Bad Moon Rising, but it was a version of it that had way more gravitas.
Mm-hmm.
It was very dark, and basically it made the song sound like what it was about. It's very fucked up, but you never think about that because Creedence is very poppy and fucking happy-go-lucky kind of music.
Yeah.
It sounds like it, but a lot of their topics that they're dealing with aren't. Like, you better run through the jungle.
Right.
All that stuff is kind of fucked up. But the way the music sounds and the beat of it, it makes it not so bad.
It's really like a lot of that music. We're just gonna run long. That's how it is. We're practice. We'll have to separate out this. This will be a 3-parter, and it's fine.
Shut the fuck up, Dagda.
Never shut up, Dagda. Except for when I tell you to shut up, Dagda. No. So the thing about it is, we're also forgetting to mention Fleetwood Mac.
I mean, they're 70s.
They're 70s, but most of their music from the 70s really did not get popular until the 80s, which is iconic grow up Gen Xer time, 80s, 90s. But it's just like CCR. What you're referring to is also in the 70s.
Yeah.
With, Bad Moon Rising. And there was a commercial within the last couple of years, and there's a guy, and he's like, I see a bad moon rising. Like, he's doing that dark thing, and I can't get my voice. Now that I don't smoke anymore, I can't get my voice quite that deep anymore.
Yeah. And he's, for the Lords of the Fallen, it was almost like he was in between singing and just speaking.
Yeah.
And it was very poetry. Gravelly. Yeah. And there was a lot of gravitas.
Yeah. Ooh la la, I say. That's the hardest thing about music. It's one of the things I really love. But also a weird, like, you probably know this because you've been around me enough. I can literally listen to almost anything from any genre and find something I like about it. I love classical music. There is a guy that I've seen on Facebook Shorts, and his name is Michael Kim something. I'm so sorry, sir, that I'm not remembering the whole thing. And he creates classical music. It's still being made, which is, it is a dying art form, obviously, but he still makes it. And he put out this piece, and the name of the piece is Onward. And not much classical music touches me other than just the way it flowed. And it was very dynamic for me because it literally brought me to tears.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, it was like, when you hear this song, the bit that he played, you literally can almost, for me, you can almost feel like this build up, this angst is over. We're in a rebuild time in life and we're moving forward. And so it's almost like this emotional and stress relief where you're just letting go.
Yeah.
And you're setting yourself free. So classical music, love that. And I wish I could, I have it written down here somewhere.
I will say this about classical music. A lot of it is still being made for movies and video games, stuff like that.
Yes.
We don't background music.
Yeah, but we don't associate it as classical music because it's short pieces. Yeah. It's not, and there, a lot of times there's not really a full orchestra doing it. It's literally half a quarter orchestra, or it's a synthesized version of what we consider to be classical. Yeah. But it's not near anywhere in demand.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'll tell you what, I've heard Bach, I've heard Mozart, I've heard several different classicals over the years, because I have a few under my belt.
Just ask Bach, I got more cock than Smith and Wesson. Epic rap battle.
I know, stop quoting them, stop.
They're amazing.
They are great.
Not quite Eminem, but they're up there.
I am just fucking North. Yes, they're really great. But so anyways, but this about me, like, I can channel surf all fucking day long. It isn't one of my most not moist.
Jesus. It's one of my moist criticals.
One of my probably most annoying habits that I have, but I can turn on any of our local radio stations and be like, and find something. I can listen to old rock. I can listen to new rock.
But can you listen to new metal?
Apparently, because I like Korn and I like Slipknot. I like Tool, which, oh my God, I wish I had remembered what platform I'd seen this shirt. And they were like, I'm finding this thing called new metal. And I'm not sure what to think about this band Tool, because I don't think they're doing it right now. I just about fucking vomited.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm pretty sure they would be more on the metal funkadelic side. But they're like classic rock to me.
I mean, technically they are classic rock now.
Classic rock?
I think fucking System of a Down is considered new metal also.
Yes, they are. But it was... Why'd you have to say System of a Down? So there was this guy, I saw a Facebook short on it. Wake up! And he was just like, put on a little makeup.
You wanted to.
Stop. That's actually not my favorite song by them. My favorite one is Aerials.
Yeah.
I really like that. That is one of the things I like about System of a Down, is it goes really hard then soft, or soft then hard. And either way, the music keeps you guessing for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, but I like Aerials just because it's almost like he's mocking people who've listened to the group before. Like, oh, you don't think I can do it soft? I can do it soft. And like I got to you hard, motherfucker. So, you know, I liked that difference. Oh my God, we're not going to go there today. We're just not going to go there today. But yeah, Eminem, good choice. Good choice, because he is an asshole. He actually is a phenomenal performer. So I'll give you that. But, you know, I was thinking about it. Like, the coolest thing I think for me about GenX music is how I think a lot of people do feel like I do, where it's like, it's not necessarily one type or one decade or this, that, or the other. So I like the fact that I really can appreciate some of this and some of that, and it all feels like GenX music to me, right?
Yeah.
So,
I think also during that time period, the music industry sort of broadened a lot. They started making dozens of categories instead of like 3 or 4.
Yeah, so, it was very pigeonholed probably up until the mid 80s. Especially, you know what? Maybe it was only really pigeonholed until the late 70s, like the induction of disco, which is probably like the shortest lived genre of music. Stay alive.
Anyway.
Right? And nobody kicked his balls for him to get that high.
Those pants didn't fall for him. It need to be kicked in the balls. Your nuts were showing all the time.
Fuck those. Look, we're not gonna squirrel.
We're still talking about music, just nuts.
Right. Okay. So first of all, I think there's only one surviving member of that band.
Oh, really?
I think there's only one of the brothers that's still left. Because like Andy Gibb, alcoholism died like decades and decades and decades ago, and then so Andy was the one who was a solo artist. And then you've got the brothers Gibb. The other two, you got Maurice and Robin. And I think Maurice passed away a few years ago. I think Robin's still alive. Maybe he's dead. I'm not going to turn around and get onto Wikipedia right now because, I don't want to squirrel again. I don't want to squirrel again.
You might want to turn the computer off entirely.
I know. I did think about that. But then it's just like, but if something really hits my brain, I've got to be able to get on my wiki. I have to be able to do it. And it's really hard for me because, like, my phone's over there. And I'm like, but it's just so slow to use my phone to do it versus the PC.
Yeah.
So I think you picked some good stuff. For me, what I'm hearing a lot of is that you're picking stuff that's very entertaining and kind of is outside the mold of the norm, which I think is good because you 100% are that.
I'm a fucking weirdo. Yeah.
I literally woke up hearing Creep this morning.
That should be my theme song.
I feel like it should be mine too. Mine too. Mine as well.
So you wanted it to be Creep and Toto combined somehow?
If you think about that, I'm a creep out of Africa. We could put those two sounds cool. Or if I don't remember his last name, I'm so sorry, but there's a guy who does kind of, I think his name's Jermaine? German? I don't know. Anyways, he's a real super cute dude. He does all kinds of stuff. He's the guy I was telling you about who does the one. Can you tell what it is in one note? Yeah. So, anyways, so we're not squirreling. Okay. Yeah. This morning I woke up hearing in my head creep, and I was just like, and it was so funny because as soon as I turned the PC on after doing my other responsibilities, I was like, that wasn't Smashing Pumpkins, was it? No, it was Radiohead. Okay.
Yeah.
But I did, so I do this thing where I think, about music a lot because it is a very comforting thing for me. And what was interesting for me when I was really actually, trying to be all intelligent and think about it, like, instead of just squirreling 99.975324% of the time, was that some of the music I really, really enjoyed when I was a kid and still enjoy as an adult and have kind of followed the careers of are some of these singers like Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel, Peter Cetera, like these guys that are just like vocal phenoms. Their ranges are just great. And then I was just like, there's something all of these really super awesome singers from the 80s, 90s, even into the 2000s really had in common. Don Henley, Peter Gabriel, Phil Collins, Sting, like all these Steve Perry, all these different guys. Do you know what it is?
No.
They all come from a big group that started somewhere in the 70s and they just branched out for them. Peter Cetera came from Chicago. Fantastic freaking group that had, like a horn section and all that shit.
Yeah.
And it's, some of their music was so dramatic too. Like so dramatic. And some of it, I'm just like, it's like, I think the song's called like 1962 or something. And it's really high horns and everything. Anyways, I'll look it up for you after we're done recording. So I don't want to squirrel again. So you got like Peter Cetera, and he had one of the greatest love songs of the 80s, and that's Glory of Love from Karate Kid. We're super famous. A lot of people know it. You've got Peter Gabriel, who came from Genesis. He was, they're one of their performers. Then you have Phil Collins, who also separated out from Genesis.
Yeah.
And Genesis was, just a stroke of genius all in and of itself. And especially to me, when Peter Gabriel left and Phil Collins was like, oh, I got this shit. And it was just like, you did not know. I did not know. I don't think anybody knew that we needed a singer like Phil Collins out there in the world, because he's not the highest pitched. He's not the most balanced. He is an emotional singer though, but he is your average dad next door going through heartache, and against all odds, he's going to find the love again. So we needed a singer like Phil Collins to come out. And then you have Sting, who came from the Police, which I love the Police. I love their music. It's fucking good. But you look at Sting, so my favorite Police song is Message in a Bottle. Because it was the first song I 100%ed on Rock Band. But I also really liked that whole thing. But they have that other song. It just went blip out of my mind where he's talking about the teacher.
Don't stand so close to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so that whole album is actually super good. And that song, when you hear the Police live and they play that song, it's like fucking 8-9 minutes. And it's awesome when you live in a house where it's played on an album and you have giant surround sound house speakers.
Yeah.
Oh my, you do feel like you're in that concert. So, right? Anyways, then, there's not, and then you've kind of got the women. There's only a couple of really, to me, really notable women that came from really popular previews. And so that would be Tina Turner.
Okay.
And obviously she, like, the Ike Turner Experience. Of course, I don't know if you like Tina Turner, which I don't. Who can Charles bend it down? I love Tina Turner. One of my favorite Tina Turner songs is Private Dancer. It is so fucking dirty.
Yeah.
It is, and I knew when I was a kid and I heard that song, I literally remember riding in the car with my mom with her 59 Impala, and it came on the radio. And I remember like looking at my mom as my mom's driving, and my mom's very much a 10 and 2 driver. It's super cute. It's so super cute. And I remember looking at my mom going, and thinking, she's not changing the radio station. This is awesome. My mom's listening to dirty music with me. And, and I was pretty young, but I knew exactly what it was about. I have an older sibling that's almost 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
So I definitely knew what it was about. So you have her, but anybody who's ever thought of or curious about Tina Turner, like literally need to go back to her Ike Turner days and listen to her sing Nutbush City Limits.
What?
Have you never heard it?
Nutbush?
Yeah, Nutbush City Limits. It's about the town she's from.
Really?
Yes, it's literally the name of the song. Like,
Jesus Christ.
but it's just oh my god. Yeah, that one, and then the other one is don't look at that. Look at that. Was it Proud Mary?
I don't know. I've listened to some Tina Turner that was just on the radio. I never listened to her in an album.
Okay. Did you ever listen to Rolling Stones? Did you ever listen to Aerosmith? Any of those guys? Any of the? You had to if you listen to it. If you go in YouTube Tina Turner and look at her old performances from the 70s into the 80s, most likely you'll be like, oh yeah, I have heard that, because Tina Turner. One of the things about Tina Turner is like when she was with Ike, the Ike Turner experience and everything. Mm-hmm. It was very much more R&B. It was very even soft rocky until the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, and Ike Turner started doing his experimentation music. But Tina Turner had always had this love for like rock music.
Okay.
So she actually has done performances with like Mick Jagger and everything. And let me tell you what, that woman could out rock any man that was alive in her heyday, honestly, because she understood how to work that crowd up into that frenzy. So that's what she loved doing that type of music that had the rock flair to it. She put that out in a lot of her albums. Her most popular music, though, hits right in the middle. It hits between R&B and soft rock.
Yeah. And
that's fine because, you still got bills to pay. But, you just got to listen to, like, Proud Mary. Oh, my God. First of all, I have a hard time believing that, like one of your uncles that you hung out with, like, especially if they listened to Floyd and the Stones and all that, didn't have some old, like Ike and Tina Turner stuff. But
I doubt it.
Huh?
I doubt it.
Why? Because she was black?
No.
Because they were all about the rock, man?
I mean, that particular uncle, he had a bunch of Beatles albums, a shitload of Pink Floyd, and then he listened to like the Cars and the Kinks or whatever, the other similar bands to those.
Did he ever fuck with you and say who's going to drive you home?
Or say we're going to take the long way home.
Right? Or, yeah. Well, okay, so anyways, that's something for you to look up. Because, I'm trying to not squirrel today, y'all. Trying not to squirrel, but it's not happening. Anyways, okay, so, like Tina Turner, she came from, like, the Ike Turner experiment, right?
Yeah.
And then the other female who was super huge, and I will fucking die on this hill, Stevie Nicks, came from Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
She started out in Buckingham and Nicks, of course, with Lindsey Buckingham, which they're getting ready to re-release the album they actually did together, which is, so who knows? I haven't heard much of it, but Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac, I've listened to a lot of it.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting about it to me is that I personally don't see Stevie Nicks as a generation specific musician.
Okay.
And that's because, like, oh, man, I don't care what generation you are. Fleetwood Mac, Rumours, perfection. 100%, like, everything you want from an album. Good lyrics, thought-provoking, a little sexy, a little sultry, a little angry, everything. It is in that album. And
I mean, everything was going on in that band too, so
like, dude, exactly. Like, you could sit there with your bucket of popcorn and be like, oh, and who now?
Yeah.
Like, just the members being so interchangeable. So what's interesting, because I told you that while I was trying to get ready for the day and all that I had actually watched a little bit of stuff on YouTube, watched some music on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I'd actually listened to Fleetwood Mac on YouTube. So I totally forgot. Like Rumours, just because it's their most popular, biggest selling one, and I happen to think it's their best album. It's one of their best albums. Tango in the Night, which was the last ones they did as the original group in like '87, is pretty good. And there's a song on there I didn't really. Don't ask me why. I didn't remember it was Fleetwood Mac because I really thought it was just Stevie Nicks because I'm so drawn to her voice. Just that little bit. It's almost like it's almost like Janis Joplin and Mama Cass had a baby.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because you've got those deeps, that little groan, that little growl, and then you've got Mama Cass who had those just that very very loud and came up there. And anyways, it's like the two of them had a baby or something.
Mm.
And so I did really honestly, and I feel so dumb because I didn't realize that it was a Fleetwood Mac tune. I was just like, oh, that's Fleetwood Mac. I get like Seven Wonders. Literally, I saw Seven Wonders on the playlist. I'm like, Fleetwood Mac did a song like Seven Wonders, like Stevie Nicks. Then I started playing it. Yep. Oh, but what's interesting about it to me, because music kind of brings it doesn't always, but music can bring so much in. I literally felt like I should be sitting there eating popcorn because if you watch the evolution of Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks, and Lindsey Buckingham, like you'd swear that those two are just destined to always be together in some way, shape, or form.
Mm.
Because, and that is kind of the greatest thing about YouTube for me when I can't get my mind to settle and I kind of have to, a lot of times I will go watch movies, or not movies, videos. Music videos to be specific, because I love the fact that I can start out and I can type in like Breaking Benjamin, and by an hour later I can be on like Khalid or I can be on Billie Eilish. I love it that it'll kind of click and bring up these suggestions, and sometimes I find somebody that I didn't know and I'm like, oh, I really like them. Or like Kina, Give You the Moon, which is a really big thing that they have on the TikTok thing. I said it that way on purpose. And what? I'm so sorry. I'm really not. But anyways, so that was kind of one of the things when I was thinking about Gen X music. I was just like, that's kind of interesting that all these really super great artists from the 80s and 90s, which so many people try to tell us is Gen X music and Gen X only music, that they actually came from other groups. Like Bad English was a super group in the 90s.
Mm.
And all of that. And, Don Henley, of course, was part of the Eagles. And then he had some really good fucking late 80s, 90s tunes. He had some really, good ones. Although, the Eagles, for me, Hotel California is the epitome of that's an Eagles tune. I mean, really, honestly, it is. For me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you have lots of great groups from the 80s to the 90s. Some of them are still performing. Some of them aren't. You have people that are really good entertainers. So the choices you pick, like your really favorite stuff, really to me, like we discussed, really is about these are entertainers. This hit this niche for you. This literally this kind of misfit niche, not quite the same as others, and it's all great stuff. I mean, not brother, I love you so much. I can respect GWAR as an entertainment group. I just don't want to listen to their music. Same with ICP, like they're entertainers. Guys, it's just not for me. No. I would rather have to listen to Roseanne Barr sing God Bless America for an hour.
How about Fran Dresser?
Oh my God, Mr. Sheffield. It's really creepy when I do stuff like that, I know.
Or who's that? The neighbor from God damn it! It was about the gay dude and his.
Oh, are you talking about Will and Grace?
Will and Grace, yeah.
And the neighbor.
The fine. How'd that get in there? That chick, the rich chick. Yeah.
Mick Mulaney as her boss or her secretary.
Was that her secretary?
Yeah, that was Grace's secretary. Or best friend or whatever, but she worked for her for a while. Like if you watch the whole thing at one point, like Karen, was her name Karen?
I think so, actually, yeah.
I just remember being like, honey, we're just gonna put some vodka over there. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know with Karen or what it was. Funny thing though, my partner hates it when I pull a Fran Drescher. Hates. I don't mean like it's not like he goes, "Okay, sweetheart, please don't do that." He literally goes, "I can't stand that bitch. Why are you doing that?" He has no problem with the Hotel Transylvania line at all. But Fran Drescher does the voice of Mrs. Frankenstein as Frankenstein's wife.
Okay.
So the bride or whatever, Frankenstein's bride.
Yeah.
And I was rewatching Hotel Transylvania #4. It's like their vacation one where he falls in love. He zings again because his wife's been dead for so long. And my partner walks in just as Fran Drescher's going, "What did I tell you about gambling?" in her like really high pitched voice. And he was just like, "What I fucking," I mean, he just kind of not like went off bad, but he was just like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "It's just the movie. It's okay." I don't think he wants to watch it anymore now that he's realized that's the same person. Anyways, we're not squirreling, motherfucker. We're not squirreling today. So, yeah, there's so many really cool bands from back then that really they all spark memories.
Yeah.
You know, there's like one hit wonders too that aren't necessarily one hit wonders, but they're one hit wonders here in the United States.
Oh yeah. I mean, Alyssa Milano put out an album in Japan.
Yeah.
That was apparently super popular. But I don't think it was ever released here. But
well, Scott Grimes, who's a redheaded dude, don't ask me what all he's been in because I cannot remember. I remember him being a part of like the TV show Party of Five at one point, I think. Okay. But he was in a few other things. He's just a really cute little redheaded dude, and he put out a song, and he made some money off of it. It's actually a good song, and he can sing really well. And then you've got Joey Lawrence, who's also from, like Give Me a Break, and the Lawrence brothers. For anybody who's not, a little bit older, he's from the TV show Joey Melissa with Melissa Joan Hart. He does some kind of a podcast with his brothers. So it's called Brotherly Love. And it's the Lawrence brother, Matt, Andy, and Joey. But Joey Lawrence, which, man, I hate calling him Joey Lawrence. I've always hated it.
Okay.
Ever since he finished doing Blossom, I thought because he'd grown up.
Should be called Joe.
Joe. Or Joseph.
It's like one of my uncles named Dan, right? And for growing up, I always called him Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, that's what my grandparents called him.
Of course.
And fucking one time we were at a family reunion, and I'm sitting next to him, about as far from me to you, like 2 feet. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Danny. And he starts looking around. I'm like, Danny. And finally I'm like, fucking Dan. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, I thought there was some little kid running around here named Danny.
Right.
I'm like, you motherfucker.
Well, yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. Some people, this girl's rubbing hard today, sir. So, I don't know, some people you just see him and it's just like, he's not a Joey. But anyways, lots of good people, and I have a hard time pinpointing. I can tell you my favorite song from back in the day, and it's still my favorite song to this day, and it's a Peter Gabriel song. I can tell you that I don't know anybody. I've everywhere I've ever been since this one song came out. When it comes on, which it now plays as music in the grocery store and elevators, I see the same thing. I see a head bobbing, and I see people either actually singing the song or lip syncing to it. Ding 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 ding. It just happened a few weeks ago that it played on the music in our store. Not only did I hear it and start singing it, 2 of the cashiers did, and so did Miss C, one of our baristas. She's like, oh, hi. And I'm like, all right. She's from Louisiana. I can say that way. Because she's white. She's as white as the underside of my butt. That ain't seen no sun in a month. She's so pale. And her hair is rocking. Oh, my God. Her hair is so sexy. Anyways, But I was just like, when the fuck did this become Muzak? And then I looked it up and I went, holy crap, this song is that old. But so many people know it.
Yeah.
So many people could relate to it and all of that. I mean, and I think we kind of had previously talked about, I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if that would be, you know, one of the songs where like everybody who's considered a Gen Xer would almost instantly know it. And every one of us knows that he fucking lied. He totally ripped off Bowie. 100%. Like, don't believe them old talk show things. But, you know, you got like other great performers from that era, like Lionel Richie. He came from the Commodores, I believe.
Yep.
And what's funny is a lot of people are like, you mean the TV show host guy on American Idol? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, them. Yes, they. He used to be a performer in the late 60s.
Yeah.
All the way through
the 70s.
Yes. I mean, he's got some great music. He does that song from White Nights, such a good one, with Gregory Hines and Mikhail Baryshnikov. He does the theme song to that. He does Hello, Dancing on the Sea Lining. What's that song?
Easy Like Sunday Morning.
Yeah, but I think that's in the Commodores. That's not.
Yeah, it was.
Commodores. Yeah. One of my now, and I don't think I think it's a Commodore song, but a song I really love from that era, from like the 70s, 80s eras, is Sail On. Have you heard that one?
Yes. There's so many different sail.
Yeah. Oh, Christopher Cross, if you want to go there. Sailing, one of my favorite songs.
Oh, yeah.
And Ride Like the Wind.
Yep.
To Be Free Again. So Sail On is a song about like, dude, I'm out of this relationship. I'm out. So literally Lionel Richie sings Sail On, Honey. I'm moving on. Like,
yeah.
And it's such a good song because you can hear this. You almost hear in his voice this thing where he's just like, girl, I'm so tired of this shit. I'm just like, good luck to you. I'm out.
Yeah. I mean, the Easy Like Sunday Morning is a lot.
Yeah. It's a little gentler though. Sail On really is not as gentle. Sail On is literally like if you put them in a lineup, it's like Easy Like Sunday Morning. I would say is probably more like, I'm being a little gentle with you. Like, I ain't trying to kick you out the bed, but bitch, I got a routine to do. Whereas Sail On's like, deuces, honey, I'm gone.
It's like, I've told you already, but let me reiterate in no uncertain terms.
Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Lionel. It's Richie, please.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
Right. You know, and that's just kind of the thing is, that's one thing that I did think about. Okay. The one thing I did think about is there's all these great musicians that are out there. And, you know, some people are today just now finding Stevie Nicks because she just put a song out about women's rights and reproductive rights and all that. But that's one thing that I think really happened in the 80s and 90s is you have all these great singers. And I don't think it's necessarily ego, honestly. I think, like, if you look at Metallica, you know, Dave Mustaine got kicked out of that. And like you said, if he'd only focused on what he was doing, which, by the way, that dude is only like 62, and God bless him. I'm telling you, he looks older than Betty White was when she died.
Oh, wow.
He's
worse than Ozzy.
He announced they're retiring 2026. Megadeth, they're retiring. They're putting out their last album. It's done. So, and that was just announced today or yesterday, maybe. Anyways, but that's the one thing about like the 80s and 90s. You have all these great singers. I don't think they necessarily left the groups they were in any other way other than they needed to grow. They need to expand. Except for Stevie Nicks. Like I love Stevie Nicks. She is literally the definition of what we think of for our generation, what a lot of females think of. So many of us females wanted to be like her. We wanted to be mysterious. We wanted to be ethereal. We wanted to have magic, which is definitely what she portrays. Until you go back to like 1984 and watch the video for Stand Back, and you realize how fucking high she was doing that. Because she's on that treadmill. She's like doing that walk. Stand back, stand back. And she's walking. And then when they pan out and give you the shot, like you can see her legs shaking, and she looks like, it's, you know, but it's still all good music. And then, you know, you got Kate Bush running up that hill, big resurgence with that one, with Stranger Things. Which was also done by another group that was made, I think it was made popular on the TV show Bones. I don't know. But they did a more creepy version of Running Up That Hill.
Okay.
And their name starts with a P. I'm not going to Wikipedia because I'm actually paying attention, and I know we're getting short on time. So what I did want to do is say Peter Gabriel. For me, Peter Gabriel, In Your Eyes, favorite song. I think anybody would agree, though. I think a band super popular, GenX, really Journey. Because Don't Stop Believing has been done on so many fucking different movies, TV shows, comedy shows, tryout shows, singing competitions, you name it, it is so. I believe that it's one of the, for a period of time, it was one of the songs most done at karaoke. Because, you know, Stairway to Heaven got banned. Stairway to Heaven actually got banned. So it was funny, I went karaokeing quickly. I went karaokeing with a friend of mine at a place not too far from here, back when it was like super hot. Because we were looking for something to do for a few hours one night, and I did not want to take him to the bar drinking again.
Yeah.
Because it always ended badly. Anyways, not badly, but anyways. And I remember going up, and I had the karaoke. So the KJ, he was like, Journey, huh? What number? And I told him, and I did Faithfully. And he was just like, thank God, because if I had to listen to Don't Stop Believing again. I was like, what? You see me in a smoky room? Because literally there used to be smoking allowed in that building.
Yeah.
Like, you see me in a smoky room, and he's like, don't even start. And I'm like, what? So, but I think you gotta give props to Journey, because they really do have some really great music. It's reused to this day, commercially, movies, independently. Like, honestly, for me, it's gotta be GenX. You know, I mean, I love them. I mean, they're not Korn or Slipknot, but I mean, still, if I look at the average quote Gen Xer out there, I think they're, when they think of Gen X music, I think they do primarily think of Journey and Whitney Houston, and of course, and we're not going to get into a debate about him, but Michael Jackson.
Okay.
I'm saying to anybody listening, we're not going to get into a debate about him, because he's dead. He's been dead almost 20 years. And it doesn't take away from the fact what he may or may not have done. We're not going to speculate, especially not with, you know, everything we know out there. You just Thriller.
Yeah.
Thriller. So anyways.
Which makes Vincent Price the winner.
That is correct. He is the winner over all Gen Xers. So no, I mean, obviously we could talk about music for days. We have before. We've talked about music for weeks on end. Be like, oh yeah, but did you hear this? Did you hear this? And it's one of those weird things where it's just like, we do have commonality in music. We both like stuff that either is appealing to the ear with the rhythm, or is appealing to the mind with the words.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I actually know people who are just like, oh, I don't listen to music for the rhythm. I don't listen to it for the beat or the bass or anything else. I listen to it for the words. If the words don't move me, I don't want to hear it. But then I know other people who the reverse is true. They're like, oh, I won't listen to it unless its beat catches my attention.
Yeah.
I
actually met a dude who didn't like music at all. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Is he the same guy who used to work for us?
No, this was a dude I met on the wagon train trip. He was one of the sons of the lead dude.
Gotcha. Well, I know we had somebody who used to work for us, and he's like, I don't really care that much for music. And I'm like, you're former fucking military. How do you not like music? What the fuck? I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, don't you know who this is, or don't you know who that is? I have no idea, because it just wasn't their thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird to me. But I understand that there are some people who don't like it because the sounds hit different.
Yeah.
And all that. I get it. But anyways, because, you know, we like to squirrel. We'll talk more about music in the future. But for now, I mean, for me, that was just kind of bugging me. All these people going, oh, this is millennial music and that. No. Well, I'm a Gen Xer. And for me, whatever fucking music I say is for me, is for me. I don't give a fuck if it's Deutsche, Elvis Presley.
Bach.
I'm not a Sebastian Bach fan.
Just as Bach.
I love him. He's my brother. I love him. He's my brother. I love him. He's my brother. No, like, for me, I just wish people would stop saying, oh, it's Gen X music. No, it's not really that. Whatever music hits you in the feels, that's the music for you. So for me, I claim a lot of music for Gen X music. I mean, you can keep, there's even a couple of songs that, old boy, like that James Carr song. I'm like, oh, that music's for me, because it's very sad, but it's a very good song. And then others of it where he's like, oh, these are the best darn singers in the world. I listen to it and I'm like, that is not my generation of music. Even though technically, by the skin of his fucking teeth, he's supposed to be in our generation, which I don't know how. Yeah, it's exactly why I'm like, you can't be 15 fucking years older than me and us be in the same generation. No. Yes, I know it's mathematically possible, but I'm saying, like,
it also depends upon who you ask. Like, the definition of generations is kind of wishy-washy.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing is, like, for me, I'm just like, you're supposed to, technically speaking, be a Gen Xer, but I'm just like, how are you like my fucking grandpa? Like, what the fuck is going on? But then again, there are times where, like, you know, like, I like the song Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy from Company B. I like that one. I remember watching, I think his name was Lawrence Welk with my grandparents.
Lawrence Welk show, yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing some of that. I mean, and then, of course, you know, you've got, like, the Brady shit. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. And it's just like, I don't like it or dislike it. I'm just like, oh. Well, except for the Change song. I like the Change song by the Bradys. Anybody, look that one up. If you want a little bit of a laugh, look up Time to Change by the Bradys. It's hilarious. Anyways, we're way running late because that's what we do around here with our squirrels. So, yeah, we probably better find lunch and, like, wrap this one up, huh?
Yep.
Okay, well, I guess you can hit him with the outro.
Something like that.
Yep.
Later.
Bye. Okay, everybody, that's all the time we have for today. So I want to thank you for stopping by to enjoy the conversation. We're glad you're here, and please share and share again and share some more. And if you haven't already, subscribe. We'll be having another chat and another cup soon. We'll talk to you then. Look forward to seeing you.